but something in it changed. Like the warmth inside your voice is slowly drifting away. You still hold me in your arms, but you're not holding tight. Like part of you is somewhere else in the middle of the night. I keep searching for the feeling we once couldn't get enough of. You're only half in love with me. Half of your heart still stays. Half of your dreams are leaving. More with every day. I'm loving you completely, but you're standing halfway gone. And it hurts to love somebody who's only half in love. We still walk the same old streets where we used to laugh for hours, but the quiet feels so heavy, like the ending of ours. Your smile feels like a memory of someone I once knew, and I keep chasing shadows of the love inside you. But every time I reach for you, you slip a little more. You're only half in love with me. Half of your heart is free. Half of your soul is wandering far away from me. I'm holding on to forever while you're already moving on. And it hurts to love somebody who's only half in love. Maybe love can't live forever when only one heart tries. Maybe love begins to fade in the silence of goodbye. And I'm standing in the middle of what we used to be. You're only half in love with me, and now I finally see a love that's only halfway here will never stay with me. So I'll gather all the pieces of the heart you left undone, because I can't keep loving someone who's only half in love. And the saddest part of losing you is something I've become. The girl who kept believing in a love that was half done.
You asked me if I trusted all the words we used to say, if I believed our fragile love would somehow find its way. But loving you was easy, like breathing in the air. I never questioned for a moment if your heart was really there. till everything had changed. I never doubted you, not even for a second. I believed every promise, every word you'd mention. I gave you all my tomorrows, all the love I knew, because my heart never learned how to doubt you. Still lives in memories, soft echoes in the night. The way you used to hold me, like everything was right. But somewhere in your silence, your love began to fade, while I was still protecting every vow we made. And I kept holding on to us long after you were through. I thought love meant forever, when forever meant you. I never doubted you, even when the storms arise. It hard to stay alive. I trusted every heartbeat, every dream we grew, because my heart never learned how to doubt you. Maybe love can be blinding, maybe hearts can't always see already set to leave. But even now, if time rewound back to where we began, I'd still never doubt you, even knowing how it ends. Even if the story breaks my heart again, because loving you completely was the only truth I knew. And that's the part that hurts the most. I never doubted you. So if you ever wonder why this heart still feels the bruise, it's because the girl who loved you never learned to doubt you.
Used to memorize my smile like it was your favorite line. Knew exactly how to hold me every single time. Now you barely even notice when I'm standing in the room. I'm talking to the version of you that I once slipping slowly from everything we were. You stopped remembering us while my heart still hurt. I stayed while you forgot the promises we made, the way you used to look at me like I would never fade. I kept holding on to us like we were still enough. I stayed while you forgot how to love. You forgot our favorite places, forgot the way I cried, forgot the dreams we whispered under midnight skies. You said you're overthinking, said nothing's really wrong, but love doesn't grow distant unless it's been gone. I kept reminding you of who we used to be, but I can't make you remember what doesn't live in you anymore. I stayed while you forgot every little thing, the way we fit together like we were everything. I kept believing in a spark you had already lost. I stayed while you forgot, and I paid the cost. Did you ever look at me and feel what I still felt? Or was I loving someone who had already left? I would have chosen you through every high and low, but I can't hold on to someone who lets our love go. I stayed while you forgot, but I won't stay that way. I gave you all my loyalty, you slowly walked away. I was loving you completely, you were somewhere above. I stayed while you forgot how to love. Now I'm learning to remember who I was before. I stayed while you forgot, but I won't anymore. I stayed while you forgot, but I won't anymore. We planted little promises in the soft and hopeful spring. Every word you whispered felt like roots for everything. You said our love would blossom through every path passing year, like sunlight on the roses, keeping every color clear. But somewhere in the quiet, your footsteps turned away, and the garden of our love began to fade to gray. Now it's a garden left untended, where I forever used to grow. Petals fall like silent tears on dreams we used to sow. The love we planted carefully couldn't make it through the end. Now my heart is standing lonely in a garden left untended. The roses lost their fragrance when your laughter disappeared, and every path we walked before feels haunted by the years. The vines of old memories still climb the empty gate, and every fragile flower feels like it learned too late. I try to keep on watering the hope you left behind, but love can't bloom forever when one heart leaves in time. Now it's a garden left untended, where our sunlight used to stay. Every fragile little blossom slowly drifting away. The promises we planted were never strong enough to mend, and my heart keeps wandering through a garden left untended. Maybe love is like a flower, bright before it fades. Maybe hearts are gardens time slowly unravels and changes, and I was still protecting every seed we used to grow. Now it's a garden left untended, covered softly by the rain. Every petal holds a memory of joy and quiet pain. saddest truth of loving you is something time will send. I'm still standing where we planted a garden left untended. Used to pull me closer, like the world could fall apart, like nothing could come between us or ever shake your heart. But somewhere in the quiet, your arms began to fade. I was still reaching for you while you slowly slipped away. I felt it in your touch, the way it lost its fire. You were holding me softly, but not holding me entire. Love didn't hold me tight when I needed it the most. I was standing in the dark, reaching for your ghost. I kept asking for forever, you kept saying we'll be fine, but love didn't hold me tight, and I was losing mine. You stopped fighting for the moments that we used to protect, started giving me distance instead of respect. I told myself it's normal, that love can sometimes shake, but love shouldn't feel fragile with every step you take. I was clinging to your heartbeat like it still beat for us, but you were barely holding on, and I was holding too much. Love didn't hold me tight, it loosened in your hands. What once felt like a promise slipped like grains of sand. I gave you all my patience, all the faith I could find, but love didn't hold me tight, and neither did you this time. How do two hearts lie together and still feel miles apart? How does something once so certain start unraveling in the dark? I would have stayed through anything, through every wrong and right, but love can't survive the cold if it won't hold you tight. Love didn't hold me tight, and now I finally see I was loving you completely, but you weren't loving me. I was ready for forever, you were ready to let go. Love didn't hold me tight, and that's what hurts the most. Now I'm learning real love should feel like staying, not a fight. You used to say I was your home, your safe place in the dark. But somewhere in the middle you stopped guarding my heart. I saw the change in your eyes before you said a word. Still I stayed right by your side, even when it hurt. I kept telling myself love is worth the fight, but love shouldn't leave you crying every single night. I loved you even when it hurt, even when I broke, even when your silence felt louder than you spoke. I gave you all my loyalty, every breath, every word. I loved you even when it hurt, and that's what hurt the worst. Excuses for the distance, said you're just overwhelmed. But loving you felt lonelier than being by myself. You stopped reaching for my hand, stopped saying what you feel. But I kept loving harder, like that would make it real. I thought if I just stayed strong, you'd find your way back too. But I can't carry both our hearts when I'm breaking over you. I loved you even when it hurt, through every sleepless night, through every fading I love you that didn't feel right. I was holding on to hope you were letting go of us. I loved you even when it hurt, even when it wasn't enough. Did you ever see the tears I hid behind a smile? Did you know I stayed when I should have walked a mile? I would have chosen you through every high and low, but love can't survive if only one won't grow. I loved you even when it hurt, but I won't hurt that way again. I gave you every piece of me you couldn't comprehend. Love should feel like healing, not something you endure. I loved you even when it hurt, but I deserve more. I thought pain meant passion, thought breaking meant strong. I loved you even when it hurt, but I stayed too long. sit in the same old places, same couch, same midnight light. But something in your quiet doesn't feel like us tonight. You still say you love me the way you always did, but the warmth inside your voice feels like something's missing in it. I keep searching in your eyes for the love I used to know, but it's not like before, not the way it used to be. Your heart's behind the door, and you lost the key to me. We're standing in the same love, but it feels like something's torn. You still hold my hand tonight, but it's not like before. We used to laugh at nothing till the sunrise filled the sky. Now the silence sits between us like a truth we both deny. Your touch feels like a memory of something warm and true, and I keep trying to reach the part of you I knew, but every moment closer feels a little further now. It's not like before, when forever felt so sure. Now I'm standing at the door of a love that isn't yours. We're trying to keep pretending, but our hearts already warm. You still whisper that you love me, but it's not like before. Maybe love doesn't leave you loudly, maybe it fades in quiet ways, like colors slowly disappearing from the picture of our days. And I'm holding on to memories while you're already moving on. It's not like before, and I can finally see your heart somewhere else now, not here with me. And the hardest truth I've learned in the love we once adored is sometimes hearts stay together, but it's not like before. So I'll hold the last of us tonight, like the love we once wore, and say goodbye to the feeling of how it was before. felt it in my bones. You held me like a habit, not like something rare. I was right beside you, but your heart was somewhere else. I kept telling myself I was enough for you, but love shouldn't feel like I'm competing for the truth. I stayed while you chose elsewhere, while I was choosing us. I was pouring out my heart, you were losing trust. I was fighting for our future, you were already there. I stayed while you chose elsewhere, like I didn't see it clear. I defended you in public, cried about you alone, made excuses for your distance, said you'd find your way back home. But every time you pulled away, you swore it's just my fear. Yet every time she crossed your mind, you seemed to disappear. I was building something steady, you were building something new. I was praying you'd come back to me while you were breaking me in two. I stayed while you chose elsewhere, through every sleepless night, through every fading I love you that didn't feel right. I was holding on to loyalty, you were crossing lines. I stayed while you chose elsewhere, and told myself it's fine. Did you ever stop and think what it cost me to stay? Did you see my heart unravel as you slowly walked away? I would have chosen you in every life, every place, but you chose a different story, while I chose your face. I stayed while you chose elsewhere, but I won't stay anymore. I gave you all my everything, you gave me doubt and war. I was loving you completely, you were halfway out the door. I stayed while you chose elsewhere, but I'm choosing me now. I thought staying made me strong, but strength is knowing when to stop loving someone who won't love you back again.
I never searched for anyone after your hand found mine. Like every road I walked before was leading to that time. Your voice felt like a promise, soft as midnight air, and every broken part of me finally felt repair. I thought love had chosen us, like fate had made the call. I never thought forever could end like this at all. You were it for me, the one my heart believed, the only love I ever thought this life would let me keep. I built my world around you, every dream I'd ever see. Because in all this world, you were it for me. The nights feel twice as empty with your side of the bed gone, and every quiet memory still sings our favorite song. I see you in the sunlight, in every passing street, like every little moment still carries where we'd meet. And I keep reaching for a love that's no longer here to be, because letting go of you means losing part of me. You were it for me, the only heart I chose, the only place my lonely soul ever truly goes. I gave you all my tomorrows, all the love in me, because in all this world you were it for me. Maybe someday I'll understand why love can disappear, why the heart that felt like home is no longer here. But even if time heals me and someone new I see, you still be it for me, the love that changed my life, the one that turned my darkness into warmth and light. And even though you left me where broken hearts must be, a part of me will always know you were it for me. And the hardest truth about goodbye is something I can't unsee. The love I thought was forever was always you for me. You used to hold me like nothing could come between, like we were unbreakable, like love was evergreen. But slowly you grew distant, right there in front of me. You changed in quiet ways I was too blind to see. I felt you slipping further with every passing day. You were becoming someone else while I begged you to stay. I stayed while you changed everything, while our world turned upside down. Holding on to memories
and it changed me. You stopped laughing at our jokes, stopped reaching for my hand, started making future plans that didn't have us in them. I told myself it's just a phase, that you'll come back around, but love shouldn't feel like it's losing steady ground. I kept choosing patience, you kept choosing space. I was trying to save us, you were erasing my place. I stayed while you changed everything, through every restless night, through every fade, and I love you that didn't feel right. I gave you all my loyalty, all the hope I could bring. I stayed while you changed everything and let go of me. Did you even notice the difference in your eyes? How the warmth you used to give turned into disguise. I would have chosen you through every rise and fall, but I can't love someone who won't love me at all. I stay while you changed everything, but I won't stay that way. I've learned that loving someone shouldn't cost you every day. I was fighting for forever, you were leaving quietly. I stayed while you changed everything. Now I'm changing me. Devotion, but devotion shouldn't sting. I stayed while you changed everything. Now I'm finding my wings. I found a place in your arms where the world finally felt still, like every road I'd wandered was leading to your will. Your voice felt like a shelter from every storm I'd known, and every broken part of me felt safe when I was home. But somewhere in your silence, the warmth began to fade, and the house we built with love slowly slipped away. I never thought forever could feel so far from me. You were my home, the place my heart would stay, the light inside the darkness, guiding every step I take. You were my home, my safe and steady ground. Jackets on the chair still, like you might walk through the door. But the echo of your footsteps doesn't live here anymore. The laughter in the hallway feels like a ghost tonight. Every little corner still remembers your light, and I keep searching shadows for the love I used to know. But every quiet moment just reminds me that you're gone. You were my home, where every dream felt true. The only place my lonely heart ever truly knew. You were my home, my shelter from the cold. But now the walls are empty, and the nights feel twice as long. Maybe home was never a place. Maybe it was just your heart. And when you walked away from me, you tore my world apart. Now every road feels endless, and every sky feels unknown. You were my home, the place I used to run, the warmth I held inside my chest like my rising sun. You were my home, the only love I'd known, and the hardest part of losing you is losing where I belong. So if you ever think of me in some distant place you roam, remember once my heart believed you were my home. We used to fall asleep, wrapped up in each other's arms. Your heartbeat felt like shelter, your touch felt safe and calm. But somewhere in the winter, between the fights and doubt, the fire we once protected started burning out. I felt it in your distance, in the way you turn away. Your kisses lost their comfort, your I love you lost their way. Love didn't stay warm enough to fight the freezing air. I was reaching out for heat, but you weren't really there. I kept holding on to us while you were giving up. Love didn't stay warm enough, and it wasn't enough. fixing what was wrong. I told myself it's just a phase, that every flame burns low. But love shouldn't feel this cold when you're right there to hold. I was trying to relight every fading spark, but you can't keep a fire alive inside the dark. Love didn't stay warm enough to melt the fear between. We looked like we were fine, but we were splitting at the seams. I would have braved the frost, given everything I could. But love didn't stay warm enough to feel like it once did. Did you even feel it fade, or did you let it freeze? Did you notice how my hands were shaking in the breeze? I would have built a fire from every broken part, but love can't stay warm enough with only one heart. Love didn't stay warm enough, but I swear it once was bright. I still feel its embers in the middle of the night. I was ready for forever, through every storm and tough. But love didn't stay warm enough, and forever wasn't enough. Now I'm learning real love shouldn't leave you cold and rough. Love didn't stay warm.